There's no need for an intro, we both know why we're here. But let's go over some rules before starting the challenge. Only bows are allowed, no crossbows, great bows, shields or anything like that. No summoning, spirit ashes or friends, if I had any. And no glitches. Now you can get the baby lotion and pull down your pants because we can start. I chose the samurai class because I'm a weeb. I've seen like 2 episodes of Naruto when I was like 10. And he starts with a very nice bow and some fire arrows. I made the only fitting character. Bill Clinton was of course known for his archery. The Grafted Scion was really easy with the mighty shot Ash of War, and he goes down on the first try.
It was not his first attempt. He just wants to seem very cool and epic.
And I know some of you won't believe me, but somehow I was able to first try the Soldier of God. Rick? This one doesn't seem too bad. Oh, and also I have no armor, because the mod doesn't really work with armor. It kinda looks like this when I'm wearing armor. It's not very epic. Bro, I should not have smoked that shit. Was that Thomas the Tank Engine? I stock up on arrows, get harassed by a woman who gives me a Minecraft horse, find this avatar looking motherfucker who gives me the ability to summon, which I am not allowed to use of course. For now. Here I say fuck it and just start fighting Margit at level 1 with only a bow and regular arrows. But you know, I'm pretty good at this game and it goes smooth. I want to die. Then I proceed to get absolutely bodied by the big fella. I completely forgot I was trash at this game. But thankfully I have another wife who can hold me as I cry. Thank you, Miyazaki. After approximately 6 hours and 42 minutes of edging later, I return and force some smithing stones, kill this straw for absolutely no reason and violate him by Fortnite dancing on his dead body, slaughter about 50% of the wildlife for their bones, so I can craft arrows in the future. Yes, I am indeed a horrible person. I do some good old-fashioned grave robbing, pick up the flask of wondrous physic, upgrade my longbow to +3, very slowly for some reason. I buy the nomadic cookbook 3, so I can craft poison arrows which I will use until I realize serpent arrows exist. Then I pick up the recipe for bleed arrows and get sent to the Shadow Realm by this gigachad. Pick up the Radagon sword seal. Then I do copious amounts of farming. I would not recommend doing this challenge if you hate farming because getting materials for the arrows is so tedious and boring. But you know, that's what editing is for. I suffer, and you only get to see the fun part. Mostly. Oh, hi Margit. Basically for this fight, just poison him, get as far away as possible and unload into him your arrows. It took me 5 tries in total, which is 4 more than I would have liked, but I'll take it. 5 out of 10 for the difficulty. Yeah, my build for this run is going to be 60 vigor first, then some endurance because I'm pretty embarrassed about my stamina in other parts of my life. I won't put points into anything else like strength and dex because there's no point. All the bows have terrible scaling. Then I killed this giant for his great bow and then I realized I can't use it. God damn it. I collected items for about 17 decades, which was really enjoyable and fun and awesome and amazing. And because I'm a fucking gigachad, I entered Godrick's castle through the gates and ran straight to him. And the only cool thing about this fight was this line. Oh, and also the fact that he dodges my arrows sometimes. That was really cool too. But he just isn't very dangerous if you keep your distance. But maybe in the next challenge run, which is going to be rune level 1, he will be tough? Probably not though. With that, Godrick is down, and we can continue to learn now. 3 out of 10. I saw this woman with great posture, who got mad at me for literally just getting off my horse. But thankfully, when I fired a shot into her from like 2 inches away, she was completely fine with that. Thanks Miyazaki. Then I was fiending for some violence. You know, as you do. So I killed this random ass NPC, which instantly made me happier. But the happiness did not last, as a few minutes later, I jumped to my death multiple times. But thankfully I was able to do some grave robbing, which instantly cheered me up. I farmed some blood roses so I can make even more blood arrows, yoinked the glintstone key, heroically perished fighting a magical dragon, did some research on which bow I should use out of the many. I am somewhat of a scientist myself. Then got bored and decided to keep the one I already had. This guy magicked all over me. Then I realized great runes are a thing, went out of my way to collect some sorceries, which was just one of my great ideas really. Like 6-man magicked all over me. But to balance out the gay, I went and visited my waifu. As Obama said once, balanced as all things should be. Then Miyazaki made me murder a dog, which is horrible. Like, I gladly kill people, I might actually even enjoy it. But a dog? That's too far, man. But yeah, this fight was quite easy, because Red Thief doesn't have too much health, so 2 out of 10. Oh, and remember when I said I wasn't gonna change bows? I lied to you because now I'm using the short bow. Get absolutely pranked, libtard. Then I get crushed by a big black ball, and obviously I'm just kidding, I'm too good at this game to fall for such an obvious trap. I mean, I've been playing this game since long. Renalla time. First phase was easy like usually, but it did take a bit longer since my damage wasn't great. At least I got to stare at those cute feet for longer. Phase 2 wasn't hard either. Dodge an attack, fire a shot, rinse and repeat. The hard part was not getting distracted by her feet, but I persevered and it ain't easy. But yeah, Renalla down on the second try. 3 out of 10. I obviously put all those runes into Vigor and visited this guy in Kayleigh who sells the recipe for Rotbone arrows, which are kinda like poison arrows except better in like every single way. Another thing I can farm. Fucking yay. This teleport thingy wasn't activated, but I said fuck it, we ball, so I kept going towards Ramadan and found another boss instead. Please kindly get the fuck out of here. I have business to attend. But before that I did manage to find the merchant who sells serpent arrows, which are basically like good poison arrows but not quite rod arrows. Also buying them is a lot faster than farming. Mr. Ramadan wasn't much of a challenge really, since I did use the summons here, which kinda breaks the second rule, but this is totally different, and fuck it, we ball. But that doesn't mean that I didn't do anything. I just kinda kept my distance because both Baal and Ramadan have this Gigachad aura, and if they get too close that could lead to some bad things. But yeah, just stay a safe distance away and fire away and Ramadan goes down eventually. Wasn't very hard. 4 out of 10. To gain access to Lendel, to progress through the game, you have to kill the draconic tree sentinel guarding the gate, which was a great idea, thank you Miyazaki. The PC version of Godfrey did a bit too much edge walking, so I got him on my first try, which was pretty surprising. 1 out of 10. Easiest boss so far. Time for Morgott. Nothing much to say about him, I killed him on my first try. He wasn't really much of a Oh. Maybe on my second try? Oh. Okay, I did have to pull out my bleed arrows, but that made the fight a lot easier. But I still died like 6 times here, so Margit gets like a 6 out of 10 or something. I collected the Arrow Sting Talisman, which gives me 10% more bow damage I believe, and the Arrow's Reach Talisman, that gives more range to my shots. And no idea why it took me so long to get them, but hey, at least I got him. Now the next boss is Rykard, who isn't even mandatory, I just enjoy suffering. So I killed some people, and I think this is the brother of the NPC I killed in Lernia. Anyways, this lady teleported me to Rykard, and oh boy, honestly, this fight wouldn't even have been that bad if it wasn't for his giant health power and this one attack that killed me like every single time. Like legit, I have no idea how to dodge that. And if you were wondering, yes, I am using the black bow now, and I don't even know when I switched. After dying to Rykard like 20 times, I just say fuck it, I'm gonna do it this time. I kept my distance from him as much as I could, used up 90 bleed arrows, but the best part about the fight was the fact that Rykard could be poisoned, which is pretty funny cause like you're the serpent, you're supposed to poison me, right? 9 out of 10. Next up on my hit list is the Fire Giant, and there were 2 hard parts to the fight. His 42,363 health, and those absolutely succulent toes distracting me. But once I got over that, this fight was really simple. Just poison him, use bleed arrows, and the Fire Giant goes down on the—
He did not go down on the 4th try.
But I did beat him the next day without recording, but I got this close, you guys believe me, right? 6 out of 10. I actually wasn't recording, my bad. Then my waifu casually burns herself to death, and I make my way to the Godskin Duo. I legit almost killed him on my first try, which would have been legendary, but I just had to run out of bleed arrows right when the fat bitch initiated his fat bitch roll and broke my spine in health. It did take me 90 bleed and 20 rod arrows, but the Godskin Duo goes down. And it wasn't even that bad honestly. 4 out of 10. Next up is Meliketh. Oh fuck. Phase 1 with rod and bleed arrows was easier than stealing crack of a homeless guy. Phase 2 was hard, because at this point I was just really bad against Meliketh and I didn't know his attack patterns. He did kill me a couple times, but all it took was some patience, lots of bleed and rod arrows. Oh yeah, and some heavy armor. because fuck it. 7 out of 10. Oh, then this guy tried stopping me in my quest to become Elden Lord, which I thought was pretty cute. Fuck out of here, Gideon. You know who can stop me though? This fucking guy. This gigachat beat my ass like 10 times, and honestly it was kinda embarrassing. So let's just skip over that. I'm gonna kill myself. Unfortunately, I could not find any rope, so I'm just gonna have to kill Horalu, I guess. But yeah, it was pretty tough. 8 out of 10. After this I make my way towards you know who, in a totally legit and fair way. Kill Loretta in a totally legit and fair way. And yeah, this was not a wise decision. I simply couldn't do enough damage. I mean, she does like half my arrows, and every time I get hit, she heals herself. Like, this might actually be impossible, or I'm just bad, but fuck it with ball, I'm just gonna finish the game. Miyazaki clearly did not like this, as he did not want me to finish the game. Radagon was beating my ass over and over again. This is when I decided to download this mod, and looking at it now, I probably have 8 different types of Trojan viruses on my PC. Fuck it with ball. So I downloaded it to be able to summon against the Elden Beast, because he was beating my ass like Radagon, but he was literally immune to most of my damage types, and he has over 22,000 health. Now that just didn't work, but what it did is it changed the Elden Beast health pool to less than 5,000. Now is this cheating? Yes, it is cheating, but at this point I was just so fucking done. I was like, you know what, I'll take any kind of win I can get. 1 out of 10 for the difficulty, I guess. I mean, fuck it. I just don't like torturing myself that much. Plus, in the next challenge, it's going to be a lot of that. And there you go. I beat Elden Ring using a bow only. In a totally fair and normal way. If you watched it this far, remember, Miyazaki sees everything you do.